mindfold for children that play ball with each other with a blindfold. They're able to throw it towards each other, right? So it goes on and on and on, and it's ancient techniques that are demystified, and this is where we're going. Because when you walked into the room, Nod brought up, or Ro, I don't remember who brought up, the AI, right? So all this information is traveling right now, traveling around the globe, and it's going to speed up in the next 5 to 10 years, and everybody's going to gain this knowledge, and in a good way, it's going to flip things on a dime.
Well, the campaign to elect candidate Congressman John Kitover is also trying to flip things upside down on a dime.
Then play to win, my brother, play to win.
Expression in poker would be, I'm all in. Are you all in, John?
I'm all in. I'm all in. If you are in, can you give $10 to the campaign right now, or are you just a talker and a can kicker? Do you want real change now, or are you just a talker and a can kicker?
Hold on. Let me ask you a question, John. Because I used to fight, right? I was a kickboxing champ in New York City. So there's being all in, and then it's you first. It's not us. It's you first. If you generate us, people like Brad won't even show up, right? So there's a level of taking this 100%.
He might have to show up to court for libel and slander, as well as the FBI showing up to his door for death threats on the internet.
He might have to show up.
So here's something about being all in, right? You guys got to figure out what game is being played here, and because politics is a game, and if it's a zero-sum game where you either win the election, lose the election, then I would say that the strategy and the obstacles are going to make that game very, very difficult. But if you can think outside of that zero-sum game and ask yourself, how can I win in this game that I'm playing, where I'm running for Congress, trying to bring attention to the fact that there's $37 trillion of national debt. There's $100 trillion of unfunded liability. If he can make a big enough splash, if he can be just crazy enough and dangerous enough and raise enough money to get the attention, what may happen is Democrats may start funding his campaign, because that would be the thing that would harm his Republican opponent. And so there are different things that you can do strategy-wise that can make his voice more powerful and amplify it. And I think the mistake that people make is that, if he loses the election, then the game is over and he's lost. I would say that if he runs, brings attention to the issue, and loses in an epic fashion, he actually wins. And then that sets up a new game where you have a whole new set of goals and objectives.
Right. What I'm saying is play plan A first and don't have a plan B, right? Play plan A first. John, can you see yourself moving, feeling, walking in Congress as a congressman? Can you honestly say that you see yourself there?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like this is destiny. My whole life has been leading up to this moment to run in this campaign.
That's a great answer. Please answer exactly that way anytime anybody asks it.
No, but he didn't actually answer. He answered like he was going to be there. I asked him, can he see himself there now?
The now is all important, and what I'm doing now is all important.
I didn't say that. I said, can you see yourself now, you as a congressman, right now in Congress?
100%, Tamok.
Tell me about it. Tell us about it.
And we're doing it right now. You're sliding into the muff.
Okay. This is what I'm looking for. Right? This is what I'm looking for. Let's hit me, right? So I've been working on this, right? And all of a sudden now they're releasing my time nationally. This is something that 0.0111 or 0.0001 this happens, right? Because this happens for films like Scarface, Star Wars, right? It doesn't happen for films like The Last Dragon, right? Because usually it's stars and things like this. So how did I have that happen? It's not luck, my friend. So what it is, for example, I speak right now as if it is, right? And it happens because I'm aligned with it. I think there's some counter stuff going on because you think you're going to lose and then you're going to win. I'm saying, why don't you play to win? Be in Congress right now. Behave that way. Move that way. And then your mind will open up a million different ways, and you will shock yourself.
Well, let me put that in. That's correct. Let me put it in practical terms.
Hold on, Alan. Alan, why are you holding on to a pink ticket? You're not a member of the House. What's going on?
It's a different house. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wait. There.
Thank you, Alan. Real quick, that's what I don't get. Mojo, you're gonna have to tap me down, ground me, because I was saying in practical terms. I've lost that practical thing. Yeah, so anyway,
So, John, close your eyes. Not now. Imagine yourself walking around Congress. Imagine yourself in the office. Imagine yourself campaigning.
How about imagine himself in Congress with cameras on, with 30 phones. Like, imagine him. Imagine him with no shirt on. Imagine him doing yoga poses.
No. You're being funny. I know. This is what. I'm sorry if I say.
time on.
Time Mark is talking
Because
about.
this is the thing, Alan. We're creating anyway.
Well, what you're talking about is the brain doesn't distinguish between some people have asserted that the brain doesn't distinguish between when you imagine something and when you're actually doing it. So you want to embody that which you aspire to. So if you make a daily practice of doing that thing you aspire to, then you will embody it. That's as
Muhammad Ali, Babe Ruth, Conor McGregor. It goes on and on and on.
Yeah, I'm done with my earthy crunch.
Okay, let me tell you, gentlemen, a grok prompt I put in a couple hours ago.
Before you do, can we add Randy Munchman Savage to that list? Thank you. Go ahead, John.
So we were talking about education in Anson's room. This is what I asked Grok earlier. Hey, Grok, tell me how to decentralize education in America, how to best educate the population to create the greatest possible economic outcome and growth, while also eliminating the federal and state debts. List in 10 bullet points. This is what Grok says. Candidate Congressman John Kitover, here's a 10-point plan to decentralize U.S. education, optimize for economic growth, and eliminate debts. Number 1, abolish the Department of Education. Devolve control to states and local governments and administrations. Number 2, enact universal vouchers, ESAs for school choice. Number 3, prioritize STEM, vocational training for job skills. 4, cut federal education spending and redirect to debt reduction. Now, next one, promote private micro schools and online platforms. Next one, align curricula with market needs to boost productivity. Next, implement the 5% VAT, limit tax deductions for revenue. Number 7, cap state Medicaid education budgets to balance finances. Number 9, foster local innovation for tailored, efficient learning. And 10, leverage skilled workforce growth to erase debt. So I ask you, people of Clown House, do you think AI will play a role into decision-making of your future government and where your money is being spent?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
And why is that? Why is that? Is that because AI is intelligent and is going to optimize the spend?
Well, like,
It's-
you just used AI just now to ask it a question, so I think that, obviously everybody, but maybe broadly speaking, that doesn't help. So
Oof, that's a tough one. You gotta have an answer for that.
See, like Mo, I see John here, right? And I say, wait a minute, there's what, 25, 30 people here, right? You're friends with what's his name, Lou and others, right? They have hundreds of people in their room, right? Why isn't he? Why aren't you?
Hold on. To answer your question, we've already reached out to Lou. The interview is coming. We don't have a date or time set up, but Lou is very interested in reaching in interviewing to his audience, John Kitover. And while we're at that, listen. Before we get in front of Lou's room and Lou's audience, why don't we take care of what's happening in this room with this audience?
I already asked you. He hasn't even sent me a message. He hasn't even said, but I'm not good. I don't want to get politics. I don't. But
time out. Maybe you're a spiritual advisor. Maybe you're involved in ways that you don't even understand.
Maybe you're right.
I would just say this is a good time to remind everybody. It's a good time to fork it over for John Kitover.
And speaking of House Rules, I don't know if I think one of them is spamming the chat. I don't know if that's borderline spam or. If
not only is he spamming the chat, his English is like third grade level. Like we should.
It's not broken English; it's shattered.
Yeah, it's very true. English only, homie.
It's English GPT. What happens when you don't think?
it makes sense if you read it with an attitude.
It makes sense if you read it while hyperventilating.
John, to answer your question, I think AI is making its way into the political industry because it's a convenience. It's a part of the consumerism as to what made the buck, as to what funded everybody. And I feel like with more AI, it helps people in politics get further without them actually doing their own work. And I think it's dangerous because sometimes they won't even remember. Like, Biden couldn't even remember his own shit half the time. Trump couldn't. Nobody, none of these fucking other presidents or other politicians could remember half the shit they say until it's brought up to them. So I think even with AI, I just think it would make it more worse. I think it would make it more insane.
I agree. I also want to let everybody know that I posted on X. If you could follow me on X, it's John Kitover, Illinois. I wrote, candidate Congressman John Kitover is being accused of stolen valor by clubhouse sociopaths who make death threats all day long. Please consider supporting the campaign to elect John Kitover. Additionally, I posted on my Instagram. I posted on my.
Poke to the bear there, don't you think?
Oh, that's okay. If they want to stir the pot, I'll stir the pot with them. We'll make a real sweet brew.
So when you say sociopaths, you mean
I mean people that come on Clubhouse and literally for 30 minutes straight scream death threats, even though they know they're being recorded. You know who what their Instagram is. So if you go to John Kitover on Instagram, you can see a picture of my second lieutenant military ID, which is in this room as well. And in that post, I stated that I am going to file a lawsuit against Brad Stuffelberger, the Irishman and sea pirate of Clown House, who makes death threats and casts libel and slander all day long on Clown House.
Maybe he's suffering.
John, I don't condone that behavior.
That's okay. I don't condone people coming on here and making death threats when they should be making shepherd's pie.
But come on. You say you were trolling back in the day. Come on, don't lie. And those military groups trolling, right?
I don't think John Kitover ever threatened to wait for a 2-year-old to turn 18 before he raped it.
Listen, we're bringing drama now into this room that doesn't need to be.
I think it's the same room, actually.
We're also, we're not going to be doxing. We're going to follow our rules. There are rules.
I would just merely submit that this is actually the same room. This is the same room with 1,000 posts. So technically it's not a new room, just to correct, your rule interpretation there.
Well, I was interrupted by
John Kitover. I just want to say again, this sounds worse than fucking chillism.
Oh, I agree.
Did you say it sounds worse than what? What'd you say, Mike?
Chillism. We're we're talking about death threats.
Hold on. Well, listen, some people make death threats, but I don't want to make I don't want to make this about doxing anybody. Let's get away from that. But to compare this to chillism, you'd have to start looking at like what makes a chillism. Chillism room is 45 minutes of arguing about a book that nobody had read. Chillism is a room where 45 minutes is spent talking about Hegel. And then when you ask either of the people involved, such as Concrete or Ike, and again, I'm violating rule number 9 here, but I apologize in advance. I'm a flawed human, so sometimes I break rules. But no, these guys, they argue about things that they've never read. They acknowledge that they've never read it. So that's the difference between chillism and here. At least we have people that read. We read out loud in here. This is how we know that chillism is different from this room, is because not only do people claim to read, they actually display that they can read, and they do it publicly. This is something chillism would never do. I challenge the people in chillism to do a book reading and watch how many people move themselves to the audience.
I'm just saying I can't read, so I'm in the right place. We should read them. You guys will read the book to me.
I think we're about to read The Art of War in the Muff.
That's okay.
No way.
What, you know a good book to read, Joe? Read You Are the Placebo by Dispenza. You Are the Placebo.
Well, Dr. Fauci thought that we were the placebo.
Yeah, you're right. My ex-girlfriend, she's Brazilian, broke up back in the day. It's been a few years now. I was talking to her. She
Dr.
sent,
Fauci thought we were
sometimes she
the
sent me
placebo.
political commentary from places like CNBC. Now, I don't get into all that, but I can tell that's not. I told her these are not journalists. These are opinions. I'm gonna tell you what she wrote back.
Do you miss that, Muff?
She wrote me back. She goes, USA is not good for world. You need to wake up. You need to wake up with her Brazilian accent. Yeah.
You know, Dolly wrote.
That's what's happening.
Dolly wrote in the chat that these are dynamic conversations, and I would agree that these are dynamic conversations, while most clubhouse rooms are not dynamic and they're actually just echo chambers, unlike when you're inside the muff.
I agree. That's what I like about Mojo there is because he's willing to go down the muff with them and pointing out that they don't actually read the book and that they run out of the room. Can someone explain to me what in the muff actually means? What the hell does that even fucking mean?
So pretty much it's
you and your older brother.
Let's ask ChatGPT.
It's an Italian.
sliding into
Yeah, it means like you're a pussy eater, pretty much. Like
No, hey. Nobody can explain in the muff to the gay people. I'm going to add that as a rule. Listen, gay people are not allowed to know.
It won't even let me type the muff
Number
in the
one
chat.
about the muff.
nobody talks about the muff.
Yeah, it's like Fight Club.
It censored me.
Hey, there's no rule around that. Unless now you just made that, but there's no rule around it original.
I may add a rule.
Okay.
I can add rules all the time.
This
We've
is
already been editing the rules.
So this is what AI says about in the muff and what in the muff means. So the phrase in the muff can mean different things depending on the context. Number one, muff refers to a failed attempt to catch or possess the ball, usually on a punt return. So in the muff could refer to moments during a game when the ball is loose due to a muff catch, historical context, or fashion context. In a muff is also a cylindrical informer made of fur or
Hold on.
Yes.
Can you please go to Urban Dictionary instead and get a definition of the muff?
Let's see. I'll be right back.
There you go. And don't get the gay version.
No, watch The Sopranos. You'll figure it out.
I did not know there was a gay.
Do you guys remember when we first created this house? We had Uncle June's picture as the fucking for the icon of the house. No,
I know
nobody ever comes.
Oh, okay, so this is in the muff, or this is the Urban Dictionary version. Muff, as defined by Urban Dictionary, refers to female genitalia, specifically the vulva or pubic area. In a slang term, often considered vulgar, and also used in dictionaries with similar meanings. Y'all are nasty. So we're in a woman's vagina in here? Is that what this room? Oh, I gotta go. That's not nasty, my friend.
Listen, it's a beautiful place. You know what? As much as you might hate it now, once you spend
You can't handle the truth.
you came out of a woman's vagina. Like, listen, don't be so self-hating.
Oh, this is gross. We're sitting in vagina juices in here.
Yeah, it's just an expression. Who cares?
Pretty nice and wild.
Wow, I will never look at this room the same again.
Well, we're just lucky you didn't call it in the vulva.
I don't think
I knew from the beginning, for what it's worth.
I mean, I think most of us did. I think most of us did.
You know, I don't think anybody's ever told Scarlett what it is.
Oh, she know.
I don't know, man. I think she legitimately thought it meant earmuffs because she likes to put on earmuffs when people start talking dirty.
Everybody
I
thought.
love that you had an epiphany today, Mother. I'm so grateful to have been part of this journey with you, that you learned today on Clubhouse what muff means. I'm tickled over here.
So okay, is this a new term? Like, where did this come from? This is from like the 80s? How have I never heard this before?
Well, that was only the second time I ever heard this word.
70s pop.
After the first time you hear that word, you just don't forget it.
70s pop? It sounds more like 80s porn, I think, first person right.
Have you guys never heard the term muff diving?
Yeah, that's an term,
Yeah.
right?
But in The Sopranos, there's a scene where he's like, Uncle June's in the muff. And then he's like, what? He's like, did I say muff? I meant rough. And then he fucks with him the whole time.
Yeah, because like Italian gangsters, they make fun of you if you go down on pussy. Italian gangsters are like young black guys. They don't eat pussy.
Well, I would just say if we cut Medicare, Medicaid by $400 billion, I don't think it's going to impact many muffs at the OBGYN. That's just my opinion.
Well, that may be so. Mojo, I have a question for you. Have you thought about a theme song for In the Muff?
No, I don't think so.
I have a suggestion.
Well, okay. I'm open to suggestions. Go ahead.
All right, Ronnie James Dio, Holy Diver. I think that could be your theme song.
Who's this? I can't even see the screen.
It's Joe.
Play it.
Oh, Joe, you want to dial that up for us?
I'm not good at that kind of thing.
Yeah, me either. I figured it out earlier. You know, I don't know. Were you guys there when I was playing music really loud? Was anybody present for that? Hi, were you there? Tiffany, you were there for that, right?
I don't think so.
It was pretty fun.
What was the name of the song? What was the name of it?
I was there. It was great.
Holy Diver, Ronnie James Dio, or just Dio. Holy Diver, Dio, D-I-O. And he's a good Italian guy.
You're the star of the masquerade. No need to look so afraid. Yeah, it's a good song. Rocky Roll.
He's clean.
That was pretty good, whoever that was. That was pretty good.
Is this it? Guys, is this it? I said Holy Diver, but I didn't say the artist. Maybe this isn't it. Tell me if it's it.
It's heavy metal.
Does it have an ominous beginning?
I don't remember the beginning. This might be it. I don't know. Let's wait a second.
Tamak, you're going to ruin my...
We're in the month, guys.
You're going to trigger my copyright warnings on YouTube, Tamak.
So, how many seconds?
I usually try to turn it off immediately. 4 to 5 seconds, you're cooked. 15 seconds, they nuke your account, and your whole career is over.
Ruin the mockumentary, Tamok. I have at least a year to prepare for the premiere, please.
See, John, don't fuck around, bro.
Timok, have you seen my YouTube account?
I'll get Brad in here.
You guys want to hear some Ronnie James Dio trivia?
Sure. Does it have anything to do with Black Sabbath? Go ahead.
No, nothing to do with Black Sabbath. You know how Ronnie James Dio was famous for the devil horns? Where
Yes.
Yeah, well, the devil horns. That actually is an Italian thing to ward off spells on you or curses, and it's called a maloik. And he started doing it, and everybody thought it was devil horns. And it's something that's an old Italian ritualistic thing. Let's call it a maloik.
But I'll get something better. When I was learning to drive the bus for Metropolis, I thought, okay, so when I was a student, they said, okay, look in the back and see if anybody's there, because we're taking it back to the garage for the end of the night. Your lesson's over with. I jumped up and looked at the back, and I just want to hear people laughing, and because I was like, are they laughing at me or what? Like that, and I kind of dedicated the probationary period to my deceased maternal aunt too. So I heard it a couple of more times after I had graduated, and I Googled the symptoms that I heard, and they said that it was a black mirror, often found in Hispanic cultures, which they would look at it. I think it was the Aztecs or some one of the other ones. They would look in the black mirror to cheat and to be able to tell the future.
Who? The Mexicans did that? What are we talking about?
They would look in the black mirror and to cheat so that they could look into the future, because when you're driving the bus, I use all the mirrors possible. And for some strange reason, I looked up in the mirror and I just was like, I think Ronnie's telling us that she's a sixth sense. She sees ghosts or something.
6, 7, 8, 9.
It's something in another culture. It's called the black mirror that tells into the future. That's because I was looking up the symptoms, like that. Because I swore
Mojo, she's talking about one of the Aztec gods. What's his name?
Really?
Tex something? I don't know what the fuck his name is.
You sure she's not talking about Illa Botanica?
I didn't know. I kind of Googled
what god are you referring to? What's it called again?
I think she's talking about some Haitian shit. She's talking about Haitian shit.
It might be. It might be.
She's talking about some Haitian shit. We're gonna be sacrificing fucking animals in a minute.
Yeah,
killing chicken.
So real quick, right? So the Aztec people in Mexico did have like a god that sounds very similar to that, right? That was a reference to like obsidian and dark mirrors and stuff. They didn't believe in that. They essentially they would have used a specific god, and he would show you use the mirror to look into the souls of people and to guess the future. Like that is actually a thing. I'm just trying to see if we're talking about the same.
When no one
if we're talking about the same guy, or we're talking about different people.
I don't know. I Googled some of the symptoms and it came up with what you said.
Wind them up. We're talking about Connie's experience with looking at research.
Yeah. I moved Time Shark down to this.
Yes, but it's actually interesting because it's different. I'm sure.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was just alluding to. Piggybacking off of someone else who just spoke before me. I put that out there because I wanted more.
Girl, your braids are too tight. Girl, loosen up them braids.
How many sessions of music can we play? 5? I actually appreciate your contribution. I don't think most people knew about this god.
I know.
I know. I mean, first I played it off as I was hearing. First of all, what you really need I thought I was hearing things.
I think we should really do a fun fact Thursday or like a trivia Thursday where everybody finds a fun fact and then we share it. I love shit like this. Like, I think it's fun.
Yeah, it is. All right, give me a fun fact about the gay Mexican community. Go ahead.
But I'm not Mexican. How would I know that?
What? I don't believe you, but don't be racist.
How many seconds of music can we play? Because I want you guys to hear this month song.
How about 5 seconds?
Alexa, play.
I swear to God, like, what the fuck is this? He doesn't like the Arabs, but he's going to...
And then some of them are legit. You know what I mean? Like, they're, you know.
No, we don't know.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Explain.
what do you mean?
What do you mean? Please.
Now that's it. That's
So the cat in a vacuum?
No, that's Holy Diver. That is Holy Diver.
Do you guys want to run fun facts for today? Okay, so which country has more pyramids than
Mexico.
Colombia? Guatemala.
No one ever guessed.
Go ahead, John.
Okay, thank you. I asked Greg the following. This is on X platforms. How much does the federal government, states, and local government spend annually on education, including pensions, breakdown by monthly budget? Also, tell me the best way to enhance education while cutting annual budgets by 50% to pay down the national and state debts. This is Greg's reply. U.S. federal government spending is $195 billion annually on education, FY 2025. States spend $400 billion annually. Local governments spend $400 billion annually, with $60 billion in teacher pensions, mostly state funded. Total at $1.1 trillion a year, or $88 billion a month. To enhance quality while cutting 50% / administrative bureaucracy. It eats up 30 to 40% of budgets. Implement universal vouchers for competition. Integrate AI and online learning to reduce costs. Prioritize core subjects and merit-based teacher pay. This boosts outcomes via efficiency per studies from Heritage and Brookings. So that's what X Platforms is telling us. I'm glad I could share that with all of you. I hope you enjoyed hearing it.
Thank you, John. Anson or any educators have any response to John? Otherwise, we will let go to Beth. Okay, go ahead, John.
Make this you know.
May I ask,
spread
what do you
to other
like to do
people.
for fun?
How does it get to the other people? Do they like to read?
Yeah, that's right. So, like, you can become radioactive and start emitting that radiation yourself, and then you can, quote unquote, infect other people because radiation spreads because it's a chain reaction. It's a runaway chain reaction event.
Hey, Io, can you explain to them the way that you can do that brainwave with a microwave? You know the thing like in it's like Havana syndrome, but can you explain how you can do that?
Oh, good.
With a microwave?
Yeah. So there's something like resonance phenomena with microwaves and proteins and DNA. Despite what popular, conspiracy theorists online would tell you that, hey, it's 5G coronavirus. Well, actually, those radio waves that we have emitting have a non-zero probability of damaging you. In fact, if you have the wrong mutation, there's a Yale study that says, hey, you're 4 times more likely to develop a thyroid cancer. And Havana syndrome is basically 1975 amplified. 1975 in Moscow, the American embassy in Moscow was hit with directed microwave radiation, resulting in the first documented example of quote-unquote Havana syndrome, which is something similar to concussions being present in your brain without having experienced a concussion. So if they hit just the right kind of frequency, it can create just the right kind of disruption in your cells. Yeah. And so over time, the Russians cook you like something in a microwave. And so it's hard to defend against this. And lots of, if you want to know what else it's called Microwave ablation. I think it's called microwave ablation. So it's using ultrasound, I believe, and microwaves to direct energy into tumors inside the body. So if they can destroy tumors inside the body using this microwave ablation, then you bet your ass, the bigger you make the phenomena, the more damage you can do to more directed tissue, and you can focus it like a laser beam, half a mile, 2 feet, it really doesn't matter.
Don't fuck with the CIA, John.
To answer another question though, like how does it spread? When the body dies, it begins to decay faster, and then when that happens, you know how you start to smell shit. Like when people have to open, like say a suicide victim, for example, they open the window